management for bankers. Okay, so good evening everyone, and today what I'm going to talk about, since this particular series has been already started, I am taking over the particular topic of financial statements. When we talk about the financial statements, now that is basically something which I can define as see, randomly, if someone asks me that what is your net worth, what do you exactly have, then I'll be coming up with the particular answer that pata I have land, I have building, I have this much amount of property, and I can say my plant and machinery costs around this much amount of money. I have a car, and see, I have a few loans as well. So that is what I'm going to tell you. But then, what if the particular person asks me that, show me that particular net worth of yours, show me the calculation, show me the place where you have written all of these together. Where's the summarized form? So, when I talk about that summarized form, that is the financial statements. Then, at the same time, they might be asking me that, Niharika ma'am, what is the amount that you are earning? This can be asked by the GST department, by the income tax department, by not only these two areas, but it can be also asked by CAG, that is Comptroller and Auditor General of India, by all the organizations which are subjected to audit. And then at the same time, this can be asked by international organizations. If I am also listed at the international level of investments, then SEBI can ask me if I have a public shareholding in my company as well. So there are multiple organizations. RBI asks every bank that they are supposed to submit their financial statements. So that means there are certain organizations which are definitely going to ask you to show your financial statements to them, and when you have to show the financial statements, then it has to be in the legal and a proper form. So when we talk about the sole proprietorship, for example, I am the one who's running a business. So of course, the level of rules, regulations, and the formats is not very strict. There are certain formats, they exist, but subjected to certain adaptation by the other person as well. But when we talk about the formal ones, that is in terms of the companies, banking companies, insurance companies, there are certain formats which are given by the government itself. So they have to follow that particular part. So today is going to be the particular moment when we're going to talk about what are the sole proprietorships financial statements. Slowly and steadily we'll move towards the other financial statements as well. That means the statements of the companies. And then we'll also talk about the specific area of the banking companies as well. That is also covered in our syllabus in the module B itself. Okay everyone, let's talk about the module B today. Acha, everyone, first of all, if this particular session is helpful to you, then please go ahead and like the session, share the session, and subscribe to the channel right away, everyone. It is super duper important that if this particular channel is important to you, is helping you out, then go ahead and subscribe it right away so that you get all the particular information regarding JAIIB as well as CAIIB and the bank promotion examinations. Now we have also started with the CCP as well, that is certified courses. So please go ahead and look out for us. Okay everyone, so that's the particular topic, that is preparation of financial statements, or we can say the preparation of final accounts. Acha. First of all, there are different types of organizations, manufacturing and non-manufacturing. The organizations which are involved in terms of manufacturing, how are they different from those which are not manufacturing? For example, banks, they do not manufacture anything. If I am a lawyer, I am not manufacturing anything. If I am a CA, I am not manufacturing anything. If I'm a dentist, I'm not manufacturing anything. I'm actually providing just services. But what if I make toys? Then the toys that I made in the last year, they are still with me, they are in the opening stock. Then during the year I bought more toys, I produced them, and then I completed them, then I sold a few, and still a few are left. So the cycle continues that way, right? But I need to know how many toys are sold this particular year, right? In this particular year, how much of it is sold, and what were the expenses, and what is the income that I've got. Based upon this, what will I get? I will get my production based, not the entire profit, everyone. The most important thing is you will get your production based profit. Once you've got your production based profit, what you're making out of the production, then you're going to use it for something else. That something else is you're going to tell people. They tell the world that pata hai, I'm a big name. I prepare goods, and I normally prepare all these things, and then I sell it in the market. So then basically they are looking forward to all the scenarios. So what they are doing is then making GP. Actually, after making GP, you have to tell the entire world that malum hai, we are into the production area. You know, you're gonna tell them, na. Who's gonna tell the world that you are making good money? You're gonna tell them that from the production I made this much amount of money. Then I went to the marketing. See, marketing is a very important player right now. So it is very very important because see the point is that I am making a very good product, right? So if I'm making a very good product, then I have to tell people about it because there are so many people sitting in the market. How am I different from them? I can be different from them only if I tell people about it, right? And sometimes you don't even need to be different. You just need to show you are different. For example, let's talk about, okay, just an example. If I have a tumbler, right, it can be a normal tumbler, but just because they added something here and they might say this is a very girly thing, huh? Acha, this is what we can sell only to women. Now, this is what we're doing. We're putting it in the marketing area. For example, Tata introduced Nano. Nano was introduced as a middle class person's car because it was called the Lakh Takiya car because it costed just 1 lakh. So what are you doing in this case? You are marketing your product as something which is having a tag and for a specific people, set of people, I would say. So when you do that, you're doing the marketing part and ultimately you find your net profit. And then whatever profit you have made through the entire year, then you're going to tell about the world about it. Malum hai, I've got this much amount of profit. Then they're like, show me your net worth. Then you'll be showing all the assets and liabilities that you have got. And ultimately, this is your entire final accounts. So starting with the trading account, everyone, let's look at it. Okay. The first part is everyone, since I make toys in this case, I've got 100 toys. Say, I've got a lot of variety of toys. So let's say I make teddy bears exclusively. It becomes easier now. So I make teddy bears and I've got every bear costs around 1000 rupees. So no, let's make it very simple. Every teddy bear costs 10 rupees. Okay, random amount I'm taking so that it becomes easier for you to understand. 100 into 10, you have got 1000 rupees. Huh? This is your opening stock. You have got 100 teddy bears of 10 rupees. So you have got it at 1000 rupees worth rupees stock is with you right now. Then you produced something during the year. So when you're producing, obviously you would have got raw material. If I'm into making of teddy bears, then I need that polyfill, then I need the particular cloth, then I need the sewing machines, and along with sewing machine is basically an asset though, but I need the sewing needles and I need the thread. All those things are required, right? The raw material that is required to produce or to make a particular teddy bear. So during the year I made the purchases and further I was able to prepare the things further, or you can say I've got semi-stitched teddy bears and then I stitched them further. So I got 200 more during the year. So technically into say let's make it at 10 rupees only, right? So in this case, I've got 2000. So in this case, can I say that I've got 1000 plus 2000, 3000 worth rupees things are bought during the year. Things, not being very specific about teddy bears only because a few of them are complete or a few of them wouldn't be complete right now, right? So in this case, I've taken this amount and then during that particular time, I have to pay to the people who have sewn new teddy bears for us. Then I have also paid carriage matlab the amount that you are paying for moving your stock and all. Freight inwards, that you are paying the freight because you have purchased the particular things and they are getting those teddy bear things like the cloth, the polyfill and all from one place to your place. So whatever transportation expenses are paid because you purchase something would be here. So in this case, this will turn out to be the entire amount. This is going to be your total amount of what? This is going to be your total amount of I would say the indirect or the direct expenses. In this case, this is direct expense. The expenses which are being incurred because you are producing something. So we have got the production area done, and then what we do is once we have produced something, then we start selling. We have got almost 300 teddy bears. I sold 200 of them. And if I bought it for 10, I'm not gonna sell it for 10. It's too bad to sell it for 10. You know, I might be selling it for maybe 30 or 40. So let's sell it for 40. I've got now 8. Okay. Now something that is worth rupees 3,000 in my books, I've sold it for 8,000. You know, of course I'll be selling it at a good price, but the point is, hold on. I bought something. I got 300 units in my godown. 100 were previous years, 200 were this year's, right? This was the scenario with the teddy bears. Then I sold 200 out of them. But then obviously 100 are still left, which is called the closing stock. And on this basis, we'll be looking forward towards the profit or the loss. Based upon the expenses you have, based upon the incomes you have, all the incomes are on this side and expenses are on this side. If you can see that now. So notice this particular part, everyone. Take a moment and check this out properly. Right? Okay. Now look at this part. If your expenses are less and incomes are more, what will happen? If your incomes are more, then you will have profit. Then when your expenses are more and you are earning lesser than that, then you will face losses. The balancing figures are going to be shown here, which are called the GP and the NP. This part is called the gross profit and this part is the gross loss. The loss or the profit that you are having because you are producing something. Done, everyone? So this is a trading account. This is the first account that you prepare, and this is a nominal account. And this is prepared for an entire year. Okay. Following the particular trading account comes the profit and loss account. So when we talk about the profit and loss account, how is it different from trading account? Trading account is totally based upon production or the units that we are producing. Now the profit and loss account takes a consideration of other things as well, non-production based areas. See, the clerk part, the administration team, the clerical team, they are not producing anything. But those people are required. If they don't sit in the organization, who will prepare the salary sheet? You know? So if we do not pay to the auditor, who will allow us to continue with our working? Income tax department is definitely gonna ask me that, Niharika ma'am, what's your earnings? So I have to fill up the forms and give it to them. And the professions are definitely required, because if I make a mistake there, it's gonna cost me a lot. So I definitely need them to help me out, right? So we'll always have to be cautious about it. Now let's talk about the profit and loss account. Now the first part is the gross loss is here and the gross profit is here. What's the difference between the gross profit and gross loss? We have just seen it in the previous area, in the last account that we have seen, that gross profit or gross loss are two different things. When you have more money than what you have spent is your income area, that means you'll get gross profit, or the gross loss is where your expenses are more, right? So this is where you talk about the gross loss. And then you get in the previous format, have you seen that the expenses were on this side and incomes were on this side? The same thing is continued here as well. It is based upon a simple rule that debit all the expenses, credit all the incomes. Now what happens is, in this case, whatever you see here would be direct expenses are included there. All the indirects are going to be here. Indirect expenses. Indirect expenses matlab the clerical team, the salaries are given to us. Then who gets the wages? Labor gets the wages, because they are into the production area. There's a difference there, right? So office rent is going to be here. Factory rent is going to be in the trading account. Commissions is going to be here. Advertisement. Acha, there's something called bad debts. One of the nightmares of any banker is NPAs, non-performing assets. So just like that, when in an organization, the people who are supposed to pay to us, who have got goods on credit from us, and then he refuses to pay, कि नहीं, I will not pay you. That is where we have bad debts. Okay, and then we have any discount that we have received. There is a huge list. This is not something which is the only level of expenses that you will find in a profit and loss account. There are many expenses: audit expenses, stationery expenses. Then you have the expenses of depreciation is also part of this. Depreciation is when you're using an asset and the value of that asset goes down. So depreciation is also a part of this area. Then the next part would be salaries are the interest that we pay. The interest that we pay on any loan that we are taking up. So all these things are a part of the profit and loss account. And that too, this is not the end of the list. It's a very huge list of indirect expenses which an organization does in order to continue working in the field, because only production will not sustain. Now see, if I am producing a lot of things and I don't tell people about it, what will happen? Or at the same time, if I'm not filling up the forms, I'm not paying the audit fees, I'm not getting the rent of that particular office area, not the factory area, then how will I operate? So definitely we need all these things for the working, right? So here comes this next part, that is profit and loss account. Done, everyone? So what happens next is the income part. What do you include in the income part, everyone? First is your first part is your interest. Anything I would say interest received, not the paid one. This is interest received. This is any commission that you are receiving or the discount that you are receiving. All these things are going to be here because this is your indirect income. Why indirect income? Because direct income is when you are selling goods. In this case, you're not selling goods. What are you doing then? Instead of selling goods, you are actually receiving money because of allied things. See, I made a lot of money from my business and then I bought a property with it. Now, this is not my business. My business is of making teddy bears. But I got a property out of it, and that from that property I'm receiving rent. This is indirect income. This is also income of the business. But this one is indirect. Okay, so then rent received, interest received, any commission that we are receiving, any discount that we receive, these are indirect incomes. So again, the theory remains the same. If your income is more and expenses are less, then you will have profits. Or when your incomes are less and your expenses are more, then you will have losses. So in this case, instead of having that particular part of GP, you have NP, that is net profit, or here you can have either net loss. So these are the two things that happens in any business organization based upon the incomes and expenses that they are having. So this is the second part. This a financial statement of a business consists of two things. That is your trading and profit and loss account, and the second part is your balance sheet. So I've given you two different sets of the trading and profit and loss account. Trading account was the first part, sub part overall, and then the second sub part is profit and loss account. Once we're done with the nominal accounts, now let's understand the balance sheet. Balance sheet is actually a statement. So let's understand how do we make a balance sheet. See, balance sheet is basically a statement while others are accounts. The one particular thing is super duper important, that those are accounts. This is a statement. Those are for the year. In the entire year, we had been doing all those expenses. Balance sheet is as on. The point is stock changes every year. Every single day the stock changes. Every single day even the cash changes, isn't it? We are happy. We are salaried people. So even in the salary case, you must be knowing this part, that your bank account changes almost every day. Now we are using GPay and all to pay for the petty expenses as well. So your bank account is showing the changes every single day. So you are looking at the balance sheet as on. All the assets are looked upon at the end of one particular day. That is on 31st of March. In our country, our books of accounts end on 31st of March. In this case, the last year that we are currently talking about is 31st March 2024. So what do? We write all the assets here and the liabilities here. Did you notice that one particular part, the profit and loss account and trading account, they have something called debits and credits. They have sides, you know, expense and income. This is a statement, so there is no debit or credit side. In this case, you have asset side and liability side. Assets are those things which helps your business to grow. Okay. For example, I earn from the laptop. I earn from my laptop. I earn from my touchpad and pens and all. All these things are something which is helping me to earn. I don't sell these things and earn, right? There's a difference. I sell stock to earn, but I don't sell the particular computer through which I'm having all the stock, right? So that's one particular part. These are called assets. Something which helps you to earn, but is not the main source of earning, are called assets. So we have fixed assets and we have current assets. Any asset that we have for more than 1 year is called fixed asset, and the one which is for less than 1 year is current asset. For example, cash, it changes every single day. Bank balance, now it is also changing every single day. Stock, it is something which you do not wish to keep for more than 1 year for sure, right? Prepaid expenses, I paid I have a prepaid SIM. I pay for maximum 3 months, 6 months, not more than that. That is a prepaid expense. Accrued income, I'm supposed to get some income from someone. I will not wait for one particular whole year to get the money, of course. So that means accrued income is basically the income that you will be receiving in the upcoming future, but definitely in less than 1 year. You know? So that's the particular area of asset side. And then we have the specific area of liability side. See, I am building up all those things. I'm spending my money on fixed assets and the current assets. Fixed assets are those assets which are there in the business for more than 1 year. My plant and machinery, my furniture, my tools which are required, motor vehicle, long-term investments that I've got and I don't want to sell it for at least a year. In the upcoming next year, I'm not going to sell them. Plant and machinery, land and building, patents. Patents are what? Patents are basically something where I've got a particular, let's take an example there. I use contacts. So when we talk about the contacts, there's a particular contact cleaner. So the lens cleaner. So there is a particular area. They write the particular details of the ingredients. So I think it is written here somewhere. They write about the ingredients of that particular. Now the same ingredients cannot be used by another company. So when these then the ingredients can be used only by this particular company that I've got my contact lenses cleaner from, that means this is a patent. The formula that you were using cannot be used by someone else. That is patent, right? And you can also get a trademark and a trademark as well. The logos that we are having cannot be used by someone else. That is also there. Adda247 has now got the copyright of the particular data that I am preparing right now. This is officially this is something that officially belongs to Adda247 only. And it cannot be used by any other organization now, right? Then this is a part of copyrights, right? Then we have goodwill. These are intangible. These are assets which are there for in the business for long term, but not tangible. You cannot touch them, right? The goodwill cannot be touched. The reputation of an organization cannot be touched, but it exists. That is all a part of goodwill and all, right? Goodwill and current asset. Goodwill is basically an intangible asset, and plant and machinery and these equipments that we are using, these are something that I can say these are tangible assets, and these are subjected to depreciation, right? This particular touchpad and pen gets older and older, new technology comes, so then you should be buying new ones. So then what will happen? This is depreciation. The value of this particular thing goes down. I bought it for a good price, and then right now many other things have added, and at the same time, since I've been using it from quite a long time, there are one or the other scratches on the particular touchpad and pen as well. That is a part of it, right? So then these are assets, and then we have the liabilities. What do you mean by the term liabilities, everyone? Liabilities is a burden on the organization. Why do we say burden? Everyone, this is where you are spending your money. How are we getting the money? From where are we getting the money? That's the question. that particular part is called liabilities. Liabilities are what? The burden that you are carrying because you got it from you have to arrange money. Either it can be your money, which is called capital, or you can arrange your money from other people. Those are called liabilities. So everyone, I in the beginning of the year I had introduced an amount of 10 lakhs. Okay. Then this is my opening capital. During the year I added additional capital. During the year I added 1 lakh rupees. Then during the year I needed 10,000 from my business. So I took out the 10,000 rupees. This is the 10,000 rupees that I've got. Then we have got I have to pay income tax. You earn, you have to pay. That income tax is also part of it. So I've paid, this is my drawings. This is used for personal purposes. Then income tax is also something which belongs to the person and it is a personal expense even. So this is also going to be there. So we are going to do all this part. Then you have got your closing capital. The capital that I'm having in the business. The money of the capital, if increases, it's a plus. For example, you add more money into it, additional capital. If you withdraw money, it's a drawing. Then you have fixed capital. Fixed liabilities, the liabilities which are going to be there for long term. For example, I've taken a long term loan for the car. It can be 7 years, 8 years. I think people take it for 5 years, 7 years. So based upon that, then you have a long term liability or long term loans, I would say. So in this case, that's one set of liabilities. And the money that you have to pay within the year, they're called current liabilities. Income tax is a part of it. Then unearned incomes are a part of it. Outstanding expenses are a part of it. If I have to pay salaries to the people, I will not wait for 1 year to pay them. They will leave. People don't even wait for 1 year, month even. They start leaving the organization, specifying that the organization is not paying them their salaries, so they were switching from that area. That is outstanding expenses, right? Sundry creditors, the people to whom we are supposed to pay money, is also a part of it. And then we have bank OD. Bank OD matlab I've taken a loan from the bank, right? It is an overdraft. I've overdrawn the money, and which is actually a kind of loan only. So the banks charge interest on it. So that's a liability for me. So these are the three things that we prepare. First part is your trading and profit and loss account. Trading account first part. Then you prepare the profit and loss account in this sequence only. And then the next thing that you prepare is your balance sheet. Combined, these statements are called financial statements. Achha, just a moment everyone. I hope now this is completely visible to you. Remove the ticker as well. I hope this is now completely visible. One particular rule is that by the end of this, the totals should match. The total should match properly. Only and only then we will consider it. Okay? Done everyone? Now the totals should always match. Matlab this is the money that you have introduced in the business. If I introduce 20 lakh in the business, either I'll have it in the bank or even I can have it in the cash form, and rest it can be divided into the investment in terms of different areas, in assets and in your current and non-current areas. So this total will also become 20 lakh. Everyone, let me give you an example. I bought my laptop for, let's take it for the car. I bought my car for 8 lakh rupees. Okay. If my car is worth rupees 8 lakh and I had 2 lakh rupees, and what would be the remaining amount arrangement that I'll do? I will arrange this 6 lakh from outside, है ना? So this is my capital and this is my liability, the loan that I've taken from other people. This is outsiders' money, and this part is called our asset. In the broader term, liabilities also includes capital. That means the money that we have taken from the businessman and the money that we have taken from the other people as well. Matlab, capital is basically owner's fund investment, and the money which outsiders are giving is called fixed liabilities. And current liabilities. Liability is basically other people's money. So, done everyone? I hope You have got all the points now. And this particular chapter is something that you will find in both the areas. That means theoretically as well as practically, the chapter becomes very important. So make sure that you are practicing it properly because it is super duper important, and it lays down the foundation for the entire portion of ratio analysis as well, because if you understand the elements, then you understand the totality of it as well. Okay, now here comes the particular area, everyone. At the same time, this is my code, that is Y541. Don't forget to use it if you're purchasing any of our courses. Currently, our courses are available at 78% discount if you use this code. So use the code Y54 and get the particular discount. And download the app, because if you get the app, you get multiple benefits. You get the information about our live classes, whatever is happening there. And at the same time, not only the live classes, you also get free content. Free PDFs and everything is available, plus also you get 1% discount in all the things that you are purchasing from our organization. Okay, what is the ultimate objective of recording financial transactions in a business? What is it that you do? To increase the profits, to prepare the balance sheet and P&L, to eliminate clerical errors, or to calculate taxes? You calculate taxes through it, but that's not the only aim. So I won't say to increase the profits by just noting down things. You can become vigilant, but it doesn't ensure that you are having profits. You can never eliminate errors. Can I say that there would never be an error because I've done it n number of times? No. Women who are working in the kitchen for so many years, still there would be a day where they will make mistake, right? They can add more salt someday. Someday, sometimes the food gets burnt. They have been working for years, 30, 40 years they have been working, and still they make mistake. So that means errors is something you just cannot eliminate. That doesn't make sense. Then is to prepare the balance sheet and the financial statement is the area. That is B is the answer. Done, everyone? Then comes the prepaid wages shown in the trial balance. What do you mean by prepaid wages? Prepaid wages is basically the amount that I've paid in advance, right? So where will you put it? Prepaid wages shown in the trial balance is on asset side, debit on the trading account and asset side, and then we have debit of the P&L, debit of the trading account. Okay, when we talk about the prepaid wages, prepaid wages is basically something which is the amount that I've paid in advance. So I'm more or less in a very relaxed mode. Ki acha that I've paid na, acha I am relaxed right now since I've made the payment. So that is an asset for me. If it's an asset, it goes into the balance sheet. So in this case, it is a part of the balance sheet, as well as in certain cases we make adjustments as well, but that becomes a little higher. So when you look at that particular answer, it is an asset for you and would be shown on the asset side of your balance sheet. Done, everyone? Okay, next part. And there's a particular question which is having what? The trial balance contains the following information: 15% bank loan. Achha, just a moment, everyone. It contains, there is a particular area which has 15% bank loan. Then you have interest paid rupees 40,000. Interest paid rupees 4,500. Achha, let me tell you, this is basically bank loan. Now this is correct. Everyone, in the books of accounts, they are showing there's a bank loan which is of 15% bank loan, 40,000. What does this mean? This basically means that 15% is basically the interest part. Okay, this is the amount you will pay as an interest. So 15% of 40,000 is 6,000 rupees. Annually, you are supposed to pay 6,000 per annum. Okay, so I'm changing a little part of it so that you can actually find out what you need to look forward to. Outstanding interest amount is. Everyone? Now go ahead and answer. What would be the Answer, everyone. What would be the answer, everyone? Let's look at that particular part now. When we talk about the specific question, this question is a little trickier one. Why is it trickier? Because in this case, they are saying that total interest would be what? 15% bank loan is of 40,000. That means we have got 6,000 rupees which we are supposed to pay as an interest. We have already paid 4,500. Out of 6,000, you have already paid 4,500. How much is still left, everyone? The amount which is left is 1,500 rupees. That is gonna be A. Okay, whenever you look at these kind of numerical questions, now always make sure that you understand the question isn't difficult. All I did was just a minus and a multiplication, nothing big. So it's all about the language of the question that will help you out to understand what you need to do. Okay, so in this case the answer is 1,500 rupees. Okay, next question, everyone. A's trial balance provides you with the following information. Bad debt is of 3,000. That means 3,000 rupees is something that we have lost. Pakka, this money is gone. We were ready for 5,000 rupees. So I think it's cool. What do you think? We were ready for 5,000 and out of it 3,000 has been now used. So we are still, we're in a situation where we were ready for the problem. Okay. So the provision of the bad debts was 5,000. It is desired to maintain the provision of 1,500 for doubtful debts. Acha. Everyone, I have already lost 3,000 and I should be ready for more 1,500. That means I should be ready for overall 4,500 rupees. That's a loss that I can face in future. That's an expense part. So on the debit side of the P&L, I know these are the losses that I'll be facing. One part is already done and one part is something that I have to be ready for. While overall last year I was prepared for 5,000. Everyone, am I not over prepared? I am. I was supposed to be ready for 4,500, but I'm ready for 5,000 rupees. I was stressed out that array I have to be ready for 5,000 rupees, 5,000. But overall I should be ready for only for 4,500. Rest amount has to be reversed. I should not be over ready. I should be just ready. So it should be overall 4,500 debit should be there instead of 5,000. So that means you're gonna reverse that 500 rupees only. So that's a tricky question again. So I hope this particular question was also helpful for you. So everyone, if this particular session is helpful for you, then please don't forget to subscribe to our channel right away. And yes, at the same time, go through the classes properly and at the same time, share the session and don't forget to like it. Last question for the day, everyone. Prepaid expenses if given in the trial balance is shown in. When we talk about the prepaid expenses, that is a particular chill mode thing because I am ready. I've paid in advance. So I'm more or less relaxed instead of being stressed. So if I am relaxed, then it's an asset for me. So if it's an asset for me, what will happen? Trading account as a deduction from the respective expense? No. Profit and loss account and deduction from the respective expense. I wrote down that, I have got, I've paid salary to my people 1 month advance because there were certain people who were in need. Now those people cannot leave the organization, right? So what will happen? If it is given in the as a prepaid expense, I've paid them in advance. Put it in the balance sheet as an asset now. We've just talked about it. So it's going to be an asset. Done? Chaliye. So everyone, this is it for the day. This is where I end my session. But before I end my session, let's go and understand what we need to do when we talk about this particular area. Okay. When you're looking forward to this examination, one particular thing that we can look forward to is if you're preparing for JAIIB or your promotion examinations and further for your CAIIB as well. So you can look forward to our organization, that is www.adda247.com. How do you look at it? Everyone, this is where you have to go. That is www.adda247.com, and here is JAIIB and CAIIB wing. In the JAIIB and CAIIB wing, you can look forward to JAIIB October 2024. We have got all these batches, your increment batches here, and then we have the specific batches of increment that is there for English. Everyone, this is where you can find out our courses PPB, IE and FS, AFM and RBWM all together. All you need to do is click on the area of buy now, use the code by 541 and apply it, and you can get it for 77% discount, and you can get for 4599.77. That means for 4600 you can get the entire course of JAIIB. For this, that is all the 4 subjects, which includes 80 hours of live classes, 282 test series, and then we have the spare area of 189 ebooks as well. So all these things are available for you, and you can get it at 78% discount by just using the code Y541. So go ahead and check it out on our website, or best is to download the app and then get 1% extra discount. Here on the website it is 77%, in the app it would be 78. So go ahead and check it out, everyone. Thank you so much for being there. This is the end of the session. I'll be meeting you in the next session. If it was helpful, then please go ahead and like it as well. Thank you. Bye bye, everyone.